let's get into Martha Stewart, shall we? If you haven't heard, she has a documentary on Netflix right now by her name, Martha. And it is great. I knew it was going to be good from what I saw online, little tidbits about it. And I already like Martha Stewart anyway, more now than I probably ever did. But it was really good. It was better than I probably thought, just slightly, a little bit. But nonetheless, it made me think about something while I was watching it. And it's that when we try so hard to fit into this image of perfection, this box, this illusion, this image that we give to the world that seems so perfect, we seem like we have it all together, we seem like we're doing so well in life, and we just are impenetrable. A lot of times we will create a situation for ourselves to shatter everything and just break free from that hell, because you can't be perfect. The closest you're gonna get is accepting your imperfection as an imperfect being. That's what makes you perfect as a human. As far as never making mistakes, and we all know this on a cerebral level, but we will still make these attempts to hide certain parts of ourselves that we're not comfortable with showing through defense mechanisms that we create through just images of illusion. And we stay in those places because it's easier to stay there instead of dealing with our discomfort with who we are and the feelings that if we show these parts of ourselves, that we won't be able to handle the repercussions of them, whether it's losing family members, whether it's losing relationships, loved ones, romantic relationships, platonic relationships, whatever. You're losing your job, losing something. It always deals with scarcity in some form, which is an illusion. Nothing in the universe is scarce. Absolutely nothing. Everything is available to us at the level of abundance we believe it is. So, watching her, I did not realize how damn stiff she was in my childhood, in the early years before I really started paying attention to her. She was known as just the perfectionist. And she herself, prided herself on that, which is fine. It gets you so far. But again, it's like the way that the laws of the universe work, it's like a pendulum. So you have, the more you create this image that is so perfect, there's a shadow. Black hand side. There's a shadow on the other side of that that's growing just as big. And so it creates this tension that eventually has to be released. So the more you hold on tightly to this image of perfection, there's something that is screaming to be shown on the other side of that. And eventually that shit is going to shatter. And a lot of times we'll create a situation for ourselves. You can call it God, the universe, higher power, whatever. But it's you doing it. And we'll create that situation where we basically can destroy everything and your whole life falls apart. It happened to me. And I've told this story before, and you'll learn about it as time goes on. But I think everybody goes through this period of time where you're holding on so desperately to this thing that you really want to let go of, but you don't know how to, because you don't want to let go of the benefits it's giving you, because you see those benefits as scarce. And at the same time, she was great at what she did, and she was on this pedestal. And that's why it's so important to always break your pedestals. I look at Kanye, and he's someone who's really great at doing that. Say what you want about him, think what you want about him. He'll be doing all right, and then he'll just come out and do or say some crazy shit. And everybody be like, oh man, here this nigga go, here this motherfucker Kanye go. But it knocks him down off of this pedestal that you've built him up on. So it's like, nope, you don't get to do that to me. And I think it's a very powerful tool. It's like, because you don't put me up here to relieve yourself of your duties in life. because that's, you see that happen with celebrities all the time. And I think that was why they wanted her so badly, and the public rejoiced so much, because for so many years she was up on this pedestal where nobody could reach her, nobody could top Martha's perfection, and everybody wanted to see her fall. And it was because innately we have this knowing that nobody is perfect, and at the same time we will, in our own sense of lack within ourselves, put all this weight on celebrities to be what we deem ourselves incapable of being. But we can be it. We are it. We have the same tools available to us that celebrities have. But we give the responsibility to them because it's like, well, you already there. You know what I'm saying? You already there, so you go ahead. You achieve my dreams for me. You break down barriers in society for me, because I'm this little peon and I can't do it, and you have all this power and therefore you have all this responsibility, and I'm going to give my dreams and my responsibilities over to you. No. That's not how this whole thing works. Your dreams and your responsibilities are yours, and celebrities are no different from you. And I think people like Kanye shatter those illusions over and over again. Not even, I don't even, who knows? I don't know what's going on in this man's head, but to me, he's just being himself. You have to constantly in life free yourself from these shells that people want to put you in because it makes them feel good about themselves. That ain't your responsibility. It's not my responsibility to uphold your idea of me because it helps you sleep at night. I gotta sleep with me. When I go to sleep at night and I close my eyes, I gotta be good with who I'm laying with and who I'm gonna lay with for the rest of my life. I don't give a fuck about you. You can love me today and hate me tomorrow because of something I say or because of something I feel. And I can't withhold that or imprison myself from letting that go because I don't want to let go of an image that keeps me safe and keeps me in people's graces. That is a very powerless place to be because you will never be free. You will never be free. And as you continue to expand in life, you have to get a barometer and have a knowing about when those times are approaching, because you're going to know when it's there, because you're going to get to a point where you have a changing thought process, you have a changing belief, but you're afraid to say it out loud, or you're afraid to express or take an action according to that because you don't want to lose something that prior thought process got you. And that's how you'll know you're at that crossroads of growth. You're going to do one or two things. You're either going to double down on what you've always done and continue to hide until life pushes you to a point like it did with Martha Stewart and everything fucking shatters and you have no choice but to deal with your truth, the truth that's been dying to get out, or you're going to make the courageous decision to let it out and deal with the repercussions of it, because the repercussions aren't real. The true repercussions are you not being okay with you. And that should be your prime goal no matter what you're doing in life. That's the true righteous path. We've gotten to a place in society where we think it's the moral thing and the righteous thing to not say the truth. How fucking upside down are we right now that we think that that is the way? But I get it. That's just the way when you have so many people doing the same thing at the same time, it is scary to step out on a limb and be the only one doing it. But at the same time, when you do it, you come to realize you ain't the only one to do it. That is doing it, whatever that thing is. You were just the only one that had the courage to speak up at the time. And as you continue to do it, you'll start to realize, like, people will come out of the darkness like they've been thinking this, but they just never had the courage to say it. So, and it's not your place to be the hero either, because then you can get caught up in that. So you just have to constantly live for you, destroy the pedestals that people try to place you on, you try to place yourself on too, and stay in tune with that truth. And it's a constant growing process, a constant expansion. It's a constant thing that you're going to have to go through in life. But as long as you stay committed to that path, and pushing through that fear of loss and reminding yourself that nothing is truly scarce. The people that now align with this new avatar of yourself will show up, and it'll all be Gucci, just like how it is with Gucci with Martha, because she the people's champ now, and that going to jail was the greatest thing that probably ever happened to her in hindsight. And she said it herself in the documentary. She was like, I had to go to jail to be set free. And that happens to a lot of us in life. You know, watch the documentary. I think you'll enjoy it. Till next time.